Hey guys, it's been a crazy week with appointments and whatnot, and I also finished the 50-day challenge, so naturally I have a lot to catch you up on. So let's go. So I wanted to start by catching you up on my surgery recovery process, whatever, I got to see my surgeon last Thursday and he seems to be very proud of me. He said I'm doing great, and I, according to their scales, I have lost 64 pounds since surgery, and I lost 14 pounds before surgery, so that's a total of 78 pounds. And according to their scales. According to my scales, I've lost an extra 2 pounds, but I think the main difference between my scale measuring, like me weighing at home, and them weighing me at the doctor's office, I think, is the fact that I measure myself first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and with no water in my system. And when I got measured at the doctor's office, it was like 2 p.m. and I had had water and food, and so water weight and whatnot just probably played a role in that extra 2 pound difference. So I'm counting 80 pounds because that's what, from my heaviest weight of 344 to my current weight of 264, according to my scale at home, is what I'm counting. So, but all that to say that I am not super worried about that 2 pound difference. I know that weight fluctuates normally. I also know that I am doing everything that I can do and should be doing to be completely advantageous of this surgery. Which reminds me, I mentioned before that I have had possibly figured out the nausea thing, and it's been a little bit of time since then, and I can say confidently now that I have figured out the nausea thing. As long as I keep my stomach full of liquid, I don't get stomach cramps or nausea. Basically, if I go too long without liquid, my stomach immediately starts cramping. And so I really try to constantly sip on Gatorade Zero or water, unless of course I have just eaten. I still have to wait 30 minutes after I eat to start drinking water again. But yeah, I'm now actually hitting my water goals. It was 80 to 100 ounces, but now, so the doctor said he wants me hitting 64 ounces on a bad day, 80 ounces on a good day, and then 100 plus ounces on a great day. And he wants mostly good days with a couple of bad days and a couple of great days mixed in. And I've been able to hit 100 ounces at least once, if not twice. It's only been a few days since I saw him, but I've had 2 bad days, 1 or 2 great days, and then the rest have been good days. And then today, I'm actually on track to hit 100 ounces, so I think it'll be another great day. With the nausea though, I am still having some trouble with eating too fast and taking too big of bites. I try to count or sing a short song while I'm chewing to make more time between swallowing, but I do forget sometimes, and man, does that hurt. The dumping is no joke. Oh my gosh, it is so painful. But for the most part, I don't dump near as often as I was, and the nausea is basically gone, so I'm like super relieved. I don't know if I mentioned before that I was struggling with depression as a result of my eating issue. Like every time I put anything in my mouth, my stomach would cramp, and that just caused a lot of depression issues to pop up for me. But now that I have the nausea thing under control, my mental health is getting a lot better. I do have my days where I tend to miss using food as a coping mechanism. and I do have cravings every so often, which I think is usually just me trying to, or my brain wanting some kind of emotional response from eating, but it's gotten a lot easier as I continue to adjust. I also have been able to implement a lot more healthy coping mechanisms instead of just turning to food. So things like deep breathing, meditation, exercise, utilizing my support system. Those are all great examples of healthy coping mechanisms that I use probably close to every day. Some of them for sure every day. But while we're on the subject of mental health, I don't know if I've brought this up before, but I think I might have ADHD. I'm on a wait list to get tested so that I can be like officially diagnosed. I've talked to my therapist about it, and she seems to agree, as well as my caseworkers, TBS workers. My mental health team seems to agree that I might have some kind of ADHD issue. ADD or ADHD, I'm not sure, but I think it's probably the cause of my biggest issue right now, which is being able to relax or do something just for fun. I am struggling doing those two things. I tend to panic if I try to relax or do something for fun. And I'm trying to convince my brain that it is still productive. It's like my brain just can't slow down, and I have all these to-do tasks and I'm like hyper focused on them, but I can't chunk them out. I try to take on too much at once, get overwhelmed, and then I just end up sitting and panicking because I can't like detach myself from that. And like, I don't know, I'm trying to like convince my emotional side of my brain that self-care is just as important as any other responsibility, really. And logically I get that, but my brain is just having a hard time wrapping around that idea. But hopefully I can get diagnosed and start some treatment. I kind of self-medicate with caffeine. I am limited to 2 cups of coffee a day because of surgery, obviously, but I spread that out throughout the day so that I can have productivity through the day. But yeah, I just can't focus. It's like the world comes into focus when I have caffeine, and I can suddenly focus on the task at hand. But other than that, things are going pretty good mental health wise. So another random health update. I went to my gynecologist as well over the last week, and one of the things that she and I had talked about is pain that I've had. I have always had pain in my right hip and knee when it comes time for Aunt Flo to show up, and I was hoping that it would get better with weight loss, but it hasn't. And I asked about it, and she thought it was a little weird, for one, but for two, she said the only thing she can think of that would explain it is endometriosis. So with endometriosis, the way she explained it to me was that basically the tissue in your uterus can grow anywhere in your body, and she thinks that there's a possibility that I have that same tissue that would be in my uterus growing in my right knee and right hip. And so that's why I'm getting that cyclic pain it's like so predictable. A few days before my period comes, I start getting that pain, and I know that within the next few days Aunt Flo is going to show up, and then that pain stays almost as long as she does. So but yeah, but other than the pain, I guess it's not really that big of a deal. It's just painful, obviously, and they can't really do anything about it aside from prescribe me another birth control, which would mean that I would be on 2 birth controls I'm on Nexplanon, and then they would put me on a pill as well, but we decided not to go with that route for now because it's just kind of a lot to put your body through. And then they also can't really confirm it because it would require surgery, basically, laparoscopic. I can't remember what the word she used, but they'd have to like take a sample of the tissue, and that's just like too much to confirm something that really isn't that big of a deal, you know? So, and the thing is, I might have to go through the treatment that they would put me on for endometriosis anyway, because right now Aunt Flo is showing up like twice a month instead of once a month. And there's two possible reasons for that. One is the rapid weight loss. And two is I haven't been on my Nexplanon for really all that long. So once my body adjusts to the Nexplanon and the weight loss kind of stabilizes, then we're going to give my period like a few months to stabilize. And if it doesn't, then we'll probably have to put me on a second birth control pill anyway. And then if it does, then yay. It all just depends. But hopefully once I hit my goal weight and my weight stabilizes, my cycle will also stabilize. So now the last thing I wanted to talk about is the 50-day challenge. Like I said, I told you I would update you on the last 10 days of my 50-day challenge because I had that weird like mental health issue facilitated break. But I finished the last 10 days and I feel like I did really well. So for the first day of that last 10 days, I hit every goal, every habit except for my water goal. The second of the 10 days, I hit every goal except for my water goal and my sleep by 1 a.m. goal. And then the last 8 days of the challenge, I hit every goal every day. So I'm like really happy with that and really excited because I feel like those goals are really cemented into my daily life now. And I'm actually so pleased with the 50-day challenge that I've decided to do it again. I am on day 1 officially of my second run of the 50-day challenge. So I've changed some of my habits. 2 of the habits are basically plucked from the first run, but they're a little different. And then the other 4 habits are completely different. So I will run you through my habits really quick. My first habit is I'm gonna drink 80 to 100 ounces of water every day. My second habit is exercising 5 times a week. My third habit is showering and shaving my legs 3 times a week. And then I want to walk my dogs every day, brush my teeth every day, and take all my meds every day. I am really excited about this second run of this challenge. I think it's going to be like great for me because these are things that I've been struggling with. The first time I set my habits for the first run, I didn't necessarily think them through. I mean, I thought them through, but like it was just like I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into. And now that I do know, I can choose my habits better to better progress my day-to-day habits. I don't know, but so for the first day, I'm actually doing really well. I'm on track to hit my 80 to 100 ounces. I have already exercised today. I showered, I shaved, I brushed my teeth. I am on track for taking all my meds, and I just have to take my girls on their walk and then finish my meds and water, obviously. But I think that is everything for today. I think I caught you up on everything over the week. It was a crazy week. I am exhausted still, but I will see you guys next Monday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.